Ooh, it's George from the future. This video was filmed quite literally almost exactly a year ago, and I want to film my new bullet journal tour for my 2022 journal, but I said I'd show off my previous ones because it is kind of important, especially because I want to release the video of me making the journal since it's handmade. Um, so I'm just gonna blast through this. I'm not really happy with it, but I figured I'd let you guys know that this is old. The voiceover's new, I just recorded that today, but the footage is very old. So I removed a lot. It was a much longer video with like some fun slice of life content in it, and I said exit because I just want to get to new videos. I actually have motivation to create. Hope you missed my face. If you've been on my TikTok, you wouldn't because I'm a menace on TikTok. Anyways, let's get into this video so we can get into the good stuff. There was a voiceover on this video before, but I talked too much, so here's the new one. We're going to quickly go through all my previous journals. I'm going to do my best to explain it. This is the future log. You'll see this a million times and how it changes. This is just to keep track of dates. In this first journal, you'll see that it's very pretty and I add a bunch of flair and stuff. This will disappear completely just because it takes so much time. And bullet journals should be to keep yourself organized and create your own personalized spread. Not worry about if people are going to look at it and think it's pretty. We have goals. I pick 6 goals for myself. I try to make them achievable. In future journals, I put bullet points so I can at least see if I have completed part of the goal versus all of the goal. And that way I feel less pressure to complete just one whole thing. It's a little bit easier. Bucket list, pretty self-explanatory. I keep this into my future journals as well, though I do cut down the amount that way. Again, I'm trying to make it less pressure for myself. The bucket list and their goals are supposed to be attainable and something I want to do, not something I make myself stressed out over. A key, this is eliminated in my future journals because I don't need it. This is my old month spread. So much stuff is going on here. So unnecessary. This is my habit tracker. I keep track of 8 habits at once. I might cut this down in my future journal. That's a lot of habits. This is my mood tracker. So I have very severe mental illness. I have bipolar type 2. So I used to use this before I was on medication to keep track of my mood swings, just so I can know kind of how my month has been. This is my old weekly spread. Very inefficient. I used to keep a times table as well as like bullet points and stuff, and it would take 2 pages just to do 1 week. We don't do her anymore. Not worth the effort, especially because I'm all over the place. I can't keep track of time. Most of the time when I wake up and go to bed is so different that like I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I still do this. I'm going to get rid of it though, where I write down the whole month and then highlight what week I'm on, just because it takes so much time. Reflect on good stuff that happened, bad stuff that happened, and what I could do better. Memories, that gets X'd, but stuff that happened. Notes, that also gets taken out. I have a separate notebook for notes. This is my new month spread. Less pretty stuff. Same with this one. You see that it's been cut down, only 1 square, so I can write more. I don't put numbers on the habits anymore. Makes my life a lot easier, because why did I do that? Finance tracker that I barely used. I completely got rid of that from my journal. And maybe when I release my digital files, I'll add one for other people, but no. New week, I can fit an entire week on 1 page. Bullet points, I do get rid of the 1, 2, 3, but makes it a little bit easier to organize. And that's all for the 2021 journal. It's my first bullet journal in years. I got those stickers at Emerald City, by the way. I don't know where they're from. But I used to do a bullet journal in college, and I just spent so much time trying to make it pretty that I gave up on it. Here's some more stickers. Whale Shark and the Pride Brick stickers are mine. They're available in my shop. You'll see 3 stickers on here, like that Heart Eater one, that are from my good friend Asia. Love her to death. She makes amazing stuff. It's the news bug on all platforms. That one is by my good friend Zushi, and you'll see a lot of stickers that she gifted me. That one specifically she made of her OC, Honey Lemon. Nope, that's not the name. Miss Honey. Sorry, Honey Lemon's a webcomic. The Pepper's by my brother, Monster Medley. And here we go into the January through June. So each of these is only 6 months worth just because I added some stuff. So here's the new year at a glance. It looks a lot cleaner, easier to keep track of. Same shit, bucket list, goals. I tried not to cuss and I did it anyways. Next, you'll see a kind of like reflection of my year. This one's at the start of the year, so I reflect on myself, my mental state, my physical state, and I draw a quick portrait. Obviously, I'm not going to read this to you. It's very personal, but I will go back and do one for the end of the year in my other part of the 2022 journal. 2021, sorry. This is the new way to put down months. I can kind of see how long the month is and keep track of when it starts and stuff. Same thing. It's way simpler. I got rid of all of the decoration. It's just way simple. This memory page was supposed to make it easier to write down memories. That also gets axed because I just don't have time. Now, this is the point where I start using highlighter to mark everything. Saves me black pen, and it just looks prettier, and I want to reach for something that's colorful. It makes me want to, like, grab more and, like, actually keep track of it, because the important part of a bullet journal is making sure you're going to use it, not that it looks pretty. This is a project tracker. I don't use this anymore because, again, it's just so much work to keep track of. That's kind of like an important thing. I write down what needs to get done that week and then fill it in. The pink is for important dates. I'll usually add like a quick note and then at the bottom add specifics. The blue for these old journals was for art, and then the purple was for house stuff. Ironically, in my most recent journal, that got switched around somehow, so now blue is for house stuff and purple's for art stuff. I don't know how that happened. It just did. Maybe I'll find out when I go through my 2022 journal. But yeah, that's still how I format it, just to make it easy. So that was the first half. Let's move on to the second half. Same shit, more stickers. I like to add stickers to everything just because it's just nice. It looks cute. It adds a little bit of personality. That I got from my friend Sushi in that same care package. The pear sticker is mine, available on my shop. The Miraculous stickers are unfortunately no longer available, but there are updated Marinette, Ladybug, Cat Noir, and Adrian stickers up on my shop. I don't know if Alia will be coming back, though. If enough people want it, I'll definitely bring her back. Back we have more Asia stickers, beautiful, wonderful, and some more stickers gifted to me by Zushi. Borderlands is my favorite game, so that's why I pointed that specifically. Well, one of them, at least. July through December, skipped some pages on accident, so I had to tape them. New year at a glance. You know, pretty basic. I only had to keep track of the last 6 months. Same thing, copied my goals and bucket list over while changing a bit. There's those bullet points I was talking about to make it, you know, seem like I'm doing more. But yeah, so that's my bullet journal experience so far with 2020 and then 2021. So we're going to go through both of these, through the goals and bucket list, and then do the end of the year review. And then that will be it for this first part, and you can join me for the next part where I start planning out my spreads for 2022. And let's use a blue pen so it stands out. So start and maintain a YouTube channel. I posted twice a month for a couple months, and then I learned to edit. So I would call that a success. Reopened my store. I made seasonal products, made videos about it, and got over 10 orders. I'd call that a success. I did not make any zines. I did do writing, but not illustration or publishing. So that is, I wouldn't count that as a partial success because the writing part is the easiest for me. I didn't even start on Eclipse, which is a comic I plan on making, unfortunately. Make art full time. I am posting consistently, and my store is open. So I would call it a success. And study art. I've gotten a lot better at poses and objects. I did not take the time to study landscapes, unfortunately. But considering my improvement in art this year, I would call this a success. So I got 4 out of 6, which is a pretty good grade. Yay. I got most of my goals. I just need to get better about sitting down and maintaining and like doing a long project, because short projects are easy, like illustrations, but long projects are hard. I also will update my bucket list as I go, just because sometimes it's not feasible. Like camping is kind of hard with my friend group and with like the current state of the world, so I changed it to go on a picnic, which we did, and I have that marked as for Hannah's birthday. It was a very wonderful time. Earn a stable income. I did not do that, unfortunately, as much as I would have loved to. Learn 2 new skills. I learned like 1 new skill, and it wasn't either of these. But I got better at cooking and stuff like that, so this will be one I'll be carrying into this year. I did launch multiple new products this year, so that was cool. I changed Go tubing to mountain driving, and we did do that a few times. It was fun. I did do a closet overhaul, not as big as I would have liked, but I definitely did something. I don't have a date for it, but like I did it. Cook a full meal. I did that for Lucas's birthday. I think I did a great job. This is one that I couldn't do because of my physical health with my asthma. I was unable to do exercise. So this is one that's being carried into this year now that I'm back on my asthma medication. Road trip, unfortunately due to COVID, it wasn't really possible. And make new craft. I don't remember what I did. I know I did something new. So now we're going to go back to the end. And I'm going to quickly do this part. I'll do it on camera so you can watch. And then I'll compare it to the beginning of the year and see how I'm feeling different. Let's quickly go over the self-portrait I just drew. It's nothing crazy. It's pretty basic, but I kind of wanted to convey like a tingly numbness. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but yeah. Because this stuff is more personal, I'm not going to write this on camera and reflect on camera, but I am going to compare kind of how I'm feeling towards the beginning of the year, towards how I'm feeling the end of the year. So let's compare the portraits. And they both took like the same amount of time. It wasn't like I spent more time on one than the other. So this is the beginning of 2021 and this is the end. I had longer hair at the beginning of 2021. It looks like a little more just using two colors. And then we have like here, I used a lot of colors because I felt like that would represent kind of what's going on up in hair. Up in hair. I didn't draw myself with glasses. That really changes like depending. My art style changed, which is cool. Here I seem more lackadaisical, relaxed, but like same nonchalant expression, whereas here it's more deep in thought. I probably already said I got a haircut, but it looks similar and different, which I think is interesting, and I'll reflect more as I write down these parts, because I have to read back through this and then transfer it up here. But yeah, so that is my bujo experience so far. Next year will be the same thing, going back through my 2022 bujo and like, you know, going through it and then making a spread for the new year. Maybe, but in the time it takes to get this video like up and going, I'll have decided to rebuy these journals instead of making my own. But for now, that's all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day / night. Whatever it is, wherever you are. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.